Hey, it's Korinn, 365 Days of Open Heart Living. Today is day 57, Water Your Seed. So a long time ago, I was starting to read a book. I never really finished it. I think it was called Vibrational Medicine. And in the book, there was this fascinating aspect that just astounded me. There was explanation of whatever type of process an acorn was put through, and through this process, I want to call it like a holographic blueprint of the acorn contained the oak tree that it was to grow into. So from the seed, which is the acorn in that study, they could scientifically detect what the pattern of the actual adult grown oak tree was going to look like. So from the seed, there was this energetic blueprint of what the acorn was supposed to grow and become. And I think that is a very profound thing to think about and relate to the heart. Because the heart is a seed that God has placed in each of us. God has placed the heart in you as the seed of what you are to grow into and to become at your fullest capacity. Now, like the acorn in the tree, there's a place that we start at, the seed that holds all the potential that we have. And then there is the thing that we grow into. Along the way from acorn to seed, so much can happen, so much. Drought, flooding, the acorn can be eaten by an animal. As it becomes a shoot growing out of the ground, something can come along and trample it. As it grows and grows, it can be maybe scratched up by a bear or cut down, branches cut down, or the whole thing cut down by somebody with an axe. So much can happen to that which is the true potential contained in the energetic blueprint of what the seed is supposed to become. So much can happen to change and shift that potential into what it will be. And this is true for not only the acorn, but for the human heart. So much in life can impact us and shift us and change our hearts into dulling down that true potential that is contained within us, given by God, of what He has designed us to be. The energetic blueprint of who you are from your heart's mapping. It can be changed by the world, by our minds, by our emotional static electricity that is interference in our bodies and our energy fields, by physical things like change of the body, changes in health, malnourishment. So much can stunt our growth, developmentally and spiritually. But what we can do to nurture and nourish our heart is the open heart practices of open heart living. We can continually come to stillness within ourselves to feel and to heal the heart's energetic field. And that is exactly what the inner smile does. That is exactly the practice that you have been practicing for this month of the Open Heart Living journey, as we have been focusing on mostly the inner smile in this last 30-day stint. We're almost to the end of this 30-day stint, and I love that this topic is coming up because I feel like it needs to be shared. You need to know that your potential as a human being is in your heart. And the more you can water your heart with your meditation practice of opening your heart, the more that will grow and strengthen you to become what you are meant to be in this life by the seed that God has planted in you, that is your beautiful heart. So please close your eyes. Taking a few nice, deep, relaxing and centering breaths, and feel your body as you breathe. And now, think of something that makes you smile. Let it bring a true and genuine smile to your lips. And feel how that naturally opens your heart. Feel the openness of your heart center. Feel the openness of the energy of your heart's energy field all throughout your being and your body. When you need to, circle back around to coming to a thought as a trigger to open your heart. Feel your smile, feel your heart expand into that energy field that is all through you and around you. That is your heart energy field. Your heart space that is not contained inside of you alone, but that contains all the potential of what your heart can grow to become. Now play with the practice of just placing your attention in your heart center, feeling what you feel, and allowing that open awareness to open your heart And feel as your heart opens by just resting your awareness gently in it, not trying to do anything or make anything happen, but just observing your open awareness through your heart. Feeling the heart, a smile naturally opens upon your face. If your mind starts to wander, come back to the feeling sense of feeling in your heart. And from that openness comes the true inner inspiration of the smile. You're not trying to make yourself smile. A smile just naturally happens because when you feel your heart, the opening potential encourages the heart to open, and that naturally allows a smile to come to your lips. Be in the open space that is your heart, allowing it to be the healing force that it is. In the energy field of your heart, your whole self is nourished to grow into who you are meant to be. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for watering your seed today. I hope that you are feeling how you are growing in beautiful ways through doing the inner smile meditation, through continuing to do the inner breath meditation on days 2, where it's just you, where you just set your timer and sit in meditation for yourself without my guidance. those are special days. Those are nuggets. That is really the sweet spot of your practice, because I can be here and I can teach you and I can guide you, but it's not ever going to be anything near what you can learn from having your own experience. I lay the groundwork here for you to have experiences, but when you center in yourself, doing these heart-opening practices, and you continue to nourish yourself day to day to day, regardless of if it's with one of these meditations or just on your own, that is where the purity of your heart can start to come into more of an attuned force, because it's you doing your practice for your heart. So water your seed daily and keep living your heart. Hey there, I wanted to double check what I was talking about, because when I read that book, or started reading that book, it was probably 15 years ago, maybe longer. And so the mind isn't always so fresh with something that it took in 15 years ago. So I got the book from the library, Vibrational Medicine, and it's by Richard Gerber. And I found the section that I was remembering. So it wasn't an acorn, it was a leaf. And the image was not of that, the picture was of the acorn and it showed the whole acorn itself, but it was of a section of a leaf. And then it talks later in this section about how the whole is contained in the part. So I'm gonna actually just read it to you, okay? So you can get this information firsthand. Well, the etheric body of human beings is invisible to the naked eye, and as such has never been directly photographed. An electrical photographic technique known as Korinn photography has provided indirect electrographic images of the etheric body of plants. Korinn photography takes pictures of an object, living or non-living, in the presence of a high-frequency electrical field. This form of photography uses a special electrical power source to generate a spark discharge around and through the object of interest. The weak spark discharge around the object generated by the Korinn power source is sometimes referred to as the Korinn aura. Unlike a traditional camera that captures light through a glass lens, the Korinn technique is closer to a contact sunprint, made by placing a leaf directly against sun-sensitive photographic paper while exposing the leaf to sunlight. In a sunprint, the light from the sun directly exposes the film, so that the leaf lying on the photographic film produces an image that captures the outline of the leaf. Korinn photography creates a similar contact print when a plant is photographed after being placed directly upon film. But instead of using sunlight as a light source, Korinn photography uses the electrical spark discharge around the leaf, produced in total darkness, to create an image upon photographic film. The Korinn leaf images are actually quite beautiful, with many colors and lights, like a galaxy of stars painted around and through the outline of the photographed leaf. That sounds pretty. I might Google that later. But in certain circumstances, Korinn photography is able to register a unique ephemeral phenomenon that has relevance to our discussion of the etheric body, which is the non-physical body, the light body. Under special conditions, Korinn researchers slice off the upper portion of a leaf, destroy that amputated portion, then electrically photograph the leaf. The final Korinn image of the amputated leaf reveals an image of the intact leaf as it looked before it was cut. That's amazing, including the missing leaf fragment. This phenomenon is known as the phantom leaf effect, because the electrophotograph reveals the invisible phantom of the destroyed, amputated portion of the leaf. The phantom in the phantom leaf photo looks identical to the missing part of the leaf that had been destroyed prior to the leaves being photographed, down to the inner vein structure and outer leaf geometry. The Korinn phantom leaf effect provides some of the strongest visual evidence yet for the existence of an invisible, doppelganger-like etheric body possessed by all living organisms. As previously mentioned, the etheric body of human beings appears to function like an invisible scaffolding to the cells of the physical body during its earliest stages of development. The etheric body acts like a kind of jello mold or template that helps to guide the movement and migration of the cells of the body, in concert with the normal genetic mechanisms of embryological development to their final resting places in the completed human infant. This is the part that I was remembering, that the whole of what we are developing into, what life develops into, is contained in just the first cells, the first part of what we are when we start to be created. The whole is already contained within us of what we will be. In addition to providing structural information to our cells during their early stages of development, our etheric body also serves as an invisible scaffolding and growth guide for our cells during adolescence and adult life. In the event of physical trauma to our physical body, our etheric body carries the energy template that invisibly guides and assists the process of bodily repair, helping to direct the normal biochemical and electrical cellular information systems to heal and rebuild the body. That is fascinating. I'm so happy that I found that for you. I hope you enjoyed the extra read.